Hello everyone and welcome to the Gooner Factory. It feels so good to be doing one of these videos again because it means Arsenal play again very soon. So I'm going to be giving you my thoughts on the game this Saturday, and after that I will be giving a quick word on the possible Arteta FA ban and also the Tomiyasu links to Bayern Munich. So let's get into it. Right, we have nearly made it, people. We're only 3 days away from seeing the players back out there. I don't know if it's just me, but these international breaks just bore the life out of me. I mean, when you're actually at the tournament and you can get into the whole spirit of it, I love it. But these couple of international friendlies at the end of the year that sort of break up the flow of the Premier League, I'm not a fan of those at all. And I'm glad we don't have any more until March next year. So we are now looking ahead to this weekend's fixture against Brentford, which is being played at the G-Tech Community Stadium. And this game should be a good one. It's certainly not an easy game to come straight back into after the international break. Brentford away is a tricky fixture for sure. The last 2 times we've played there in the Premier League, we've won one and lost one. So that would kind of suggest we have a 50% chance, but I don't quite see it that way. I would make Arsenal huge favourites in this game for sure. I'm sure Brentford fans would even have Arsenal as the favourites, although I know a couple of Brentford fans and they're saying they're actually quietly confident, so maybe that will be reflected in the atmosphere tomorrow in their ground. Although when you go away to Brentford, it's never really an intimidating place to go. It's a nice place to go and they are definitely capable of playing some really good stuff there. I mean, they've had some decent results there this season already, like beating Arsenal, although that was in the EFL Cup. But it still goes to show that you can't just turn up there and expect a result. They're sitting 11th in the Premier League table at the minute, which is perhaps slightly lower than they would have hoped for. And I think the main reason for that would probably be because they are still without their main man, Ivan Toney, who Arsenal have been heavily linked with actually. And he is still missing through suspension. So who else do we need to be wary of? One of the men is this guy in the picture, Mbeumo. He is on fire this season, scoring 6 times and assisting twice. He's actually above any Arsenal player in the scoring charts. So I'm sure Arteta will have a plan to stop him. And I'm guessing it will be to deploy Tomiyasu as left back to keep Mbeumo as quiet as possible. So let's talk about what Arsenal need to do and what we think Arteta's plans will be. So to break Brentford down is going to be difficult. The main reason being is they haven't really conceded many goals this season. They've only let in 17 goals, which is actually less than West Ham, Brighton and even 5th place high-flying Aston Villa. So that will be something to bear in mind, but if anyone has the attacking players to unlock even the most stubborn of doors, it's Arsenal. I think Saka and Martinelli will need to be on top form, and if they are, I don't think Brentford will have the capability to deal with them. Someone I'm tipping to have a great game is actually Martinelli, because the Brentford right back, the last few games anyway, has been Christoph Ajer, I think it's pronounced, who is a 6'6" giant. So you would expect with Martinelli's pace and agility, you know, I expect him to have a lot of success down that left-hand side. So what do I think the team will be? Well, Ramsdale has to play in goal for this one due to Raya being on loan from Brentford, so that means he's unable to play against the club that owns him. And I know I mentioned it in a previous video quickly, but I'm looking forward to seeing Aaron Ramsdale in goal. He needs to make a statement in this game. If he's to have any chance of taking back that #1 spot off Raya, this is it. Ramsdale will be given very few opportunities now, it would seem, because Arteta seems to have made his mind up on the goalkeeper position. Raya will play Premier League and Champions League, and Ramsdale will play cup games. Now the question comes, is Ramsdale only happy with playing cup games? We know the Euros are next year, and I'm sure Ramsdale will be wanting to feature in that. And if he is to have any chance in dislodging Pickford as England's #1, he needs to be playing regular first team football. And that's why it will be interesting to see what happens over the January transfer window and if Ramsdale will be looking at options. But it will be Ramsdale in goal for this game. Then right back you would have to say Ben White, centre backs Saliba and Gabriel, and left back, as previously mentioned, he may opt for Tomiyasu. Declan Rice in the holding position, then you would think Havertz and Odegaard will complete the midfield 3. The attacking options, you would expect Saka, Martinelli and Trossard, who's in a good run of form, and I'm sure he will hope to keep extending his scoring streak. And as a prediction on the scoreline, I'm going to go with a 3-1 win to Arsenal. So now, in other news, a couple of interesting pieces to have come out. One I'm going to be talking about is the Arteta misconduct charge, sort of where we are with it, and is he likely to be given a touchline ban? And 2, there's also been some fairly strong links with Tomiyasu to Bayern Munich. So I will also give you my quick thoughts on that. So firstly, Arteta. We know after the Arsenal vs Newcastle game, Arteta come out and had some choice words to say about VAR. And since that, the FA have said that Arteta will be charged with misconduct over the disgrace comments, etc. So the latest is Arsenal sort of had until yesterday to issue a response, so I'm sure they will have done that. And now we just have to wait and see the outcome. Possible scenarios are either a touchline ban or a fine. And in terms of a ban, it would seem unlikely for the manager to miss the Brentford game, but we shall wait to see what the FA decides to do, and I will keep everyone updated when I find out more. Next, the Tomiyasu rumours, and I have no doubt these rumours are true that Bayern Munich are interested in Tomiyasu. This is a great player, a great defender, and a great professional, and the fact that he doesn't always start for Arsenal, I'm sure teams will come sniffing about and try and tempt him away with the prospect of playing more regular first-team football. But Arsenal need to do everything they can to hold off this type of interest, because we can't allow this sort of rotation player that are at this higher level to be whisked away from us. So in my opinion, Arsenal need to give this guy a new contract, keep him happy, and he doesn't seem like the type of player who would go on strike or cause problems behind the scenes. So take that distraction away from him, but also let other teams know you're not just going to come in here and try taking our players away from us. We will only sell the players that we want to. So yeah, to me, this Tomiyasu story, just squash it. So I would like to know everyone's thoughts on the topics we touched on in this video. What's your score predictions for the Brentford game? Do you see Mikel Arteta being given a touchline ban? And would you sell Tomiyasu? Thanks to everyone who's been watching and listening. I do appreciate it. And if you could, please hit the like button. It takes 2 seconds. Subscribe as well. And I'll speak to you all in tomorrow's video. Gooners, have a good day.